Alexa, turn on craft light. Locked in place, locked in place, locked in place. Good. Whew. How's it going, Joseph? Jaw and back of the head today. Howdy, Crafty. It's gonna be a slightly shorter stream than usual tonight just because work starts tomorrow. And it's already a little after 9. I would like to make sure that I am not up past 11. In fact, let's make sure. Alexa, set alarm for 11 p.m. Of course, I won't hear that if my headphones are on. Oh my God, it's humid tonight. Yuck. Yuck, 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 yuck. Good. Alright, don't want the YouTubes. I would like to make sure that I am shared over to Ruh-roh. Well, should be fun. Should be fun. Come on. I just want to share my live stream on Facebook on Hunter's Hangout. Come on. Apparently this just can't be done from a mobile widget. Sigh. Alright, well, whatever. Ah, yeah, the 2005 Hitchhikers. I thought they did the Vogons very interestingly. Kind of like their reason for why the Vogons were the way the Vogons were. Or at least potential reason why the Vogons were. Why the Vogons were. Alright, we're going to start on the jaw. And then we'll swap over to the gem head skull. open the gem head skull as well. I also kind of like the way they did Deep Thought on the 2005 version. And Alan Rickman was a great voice for Marvin. Yeah, it's a slower pace, to be sure. It's not the 14 times speed. I've been running on all the edits. That's what I've been doing all day, is getting the Witch Orb videos edited, strung together, and set. So slower pace, but you know, they all come together. As far as I'm concerned with any of this Witchwood stuff, the step that really is that moment is the staining. The moment you start staining it, it just comes to life. Absolutely comes to life. However, it should be an excellent abject lesson for any of those folks. If I ever get those people on YouTube who start doing that, you need to make more videos. Really? Watch my live streams, will you? You can see how long this actually takes in real time. I have seen some great projects that people have been posting on Facebook, though. One guy, Aaron Broom over in, I think it's like Halloween DIY, had a photo op prop that was just looked like a little particle board, kind of like a coffin lid, but if you wanted to take a picture at the haunt, you stand behind it, poke your face through a little hole in the coffin, and take a shot of yourself there. And I thought that's just a nice, cool, simple photo op prop. I kind of liked it. Just thinking if you did that in some insulation board, you'd have a full 3D effect. Made a comment to that effect, and just, you know, but he's got a really just nice, cool, cute idea. The liquid in the jar. This liquid here is paper mache paste, Robert. The other liquids are either mineral spirits or water and fabric softener. Because we're making witchwood, or we're applying more witchwood to skulls for at least an hour or so tonight. No problem. Yeah, the essence of paper mache paste, without which all projects go to. She soaked up a surprising amount. A very surprising amount. Well, I suppose it's saturated enough. I'm not really doing massive work on the jaw here. Hey, Topher. Topher, you're gonna have to need to qualify that. Layers of paper mache on a pumpkin skeleton. How big is it? How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? Yeah. A little more qualification here. I don't want something that goes on top of these teeth. A moon for outside. All right. Half moon, gibbous moon, full moon. How big you making it? Devil's in the details. Full moon, small hula hoop. Gotcha. Small hula hoop, so I'm guessing about. I am so happy I left this thing there. Oh, 25 inches for a small. Not much bigger than 32. You can get away with 6 layers, 7 if you want to be safe. I'm going to assume that you're going to use a beach ball core. The paper mache, or the skulls in the background, are styrofoam skulls purchased at a place called Christmas Tree Shops. The vine work is unrolled cotton balls dipped in paper mache paste and applied to the skull via a technique I call witch wood. I have a tutorial up on how to make something called a witch bottle, which will show you how to do that, no trouble. And then you put on wood stain. I use a special walnut, and it gets you that effect without too much trouble. Cardboard and bunch of paper. Paper clay, the face. Yeah, it could work. Could work. You might find that your moon is not as spherical if you're trying to eyeball the shape with a cardboard concept. Crafty Craft brought a +1. Good times. I suggest a beach ball. Get yourself a big old beach ball. It will be a guaranteed sphere. Mache the outside, and then add paper clay over that. You can get beach balls in just about any size. Unless cash is really tight, then go with whatever you got. Because God knows I've been there before. If you're going for just a half of a moon, then I would just take the beach ball, put it in like either a laundry basket or something, and then I would just do the top half of it. And I just wouldn't use the rest. So I'd mache half the thing. I seal most of my projects with spar varnish. It's my typical go-to product. Unless I'm lucky enough to get something else on the cheap. No problem. The song is stuck in my head. It's really stuck in my head. Do 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 do. Alright, we're gonna finish up the jaw on this thing, and then we're gonna do the back of the skull. More. Kind of looking forward to doing that. Thanks, Dover. We're gonna have another set coming out in the next couple of days here, hopefully. We're gonna have the Witch Orb tutorial released. That should be a good one. It's a good project. Takes a little bit more to do than the witch bottle, but they are gorgeous looking. Absolutely gorgeous looking. I usually use a brush varnish. I haven't found a spar varnish that comes in a spray. They're pretty much brush exclusives. I think we're going to need a little more texture right there too. So it's not just a flat splat in the bottom of his, or the roof of his mouth. You can also use spar urethane too. It's virtually the same substance. Virtually. Right, how much people are really going to be staring into that? Enough. Enough that it's worth doing right. Not the expensive cotton balls. Don't use up that. Gee, no. Oh boy. Of course, I'm also pretty stoked because I got a new spooky composer who has given me permission to use their stuff in videos. I'm expanding the library of safe music, which I absolutely love. How's it going, Ross? Alright, let's take a little bit more that way. In fact, let's rotate this head towards the back. Start expanding. Strange directions. Good. Yeah, I'm glad to see more and more stuff's coming out as well. It's good to be getting into the spirit of the season at long last. Hey, Riviera. Hey, I'm glad that those are still getting good use. Even I go back through them from time to time. So I haven't done a pumpkin in forever. How do I make these again? Thank God I made those videos. Hyper Tufa. I have never heard of it, Carla. What is it? It's got an interesting name, I'll give it that right off the bat. Whether it's a material or a band. Lightweight cement. Interesting. I've never messed with it, but now that I've heard about it, I'm gonna look into it. Most of my stuff doesn't generally get poured too much, so haven't had the opportunity to mess with cements. Okay. So that style of cement. Not bad. Yeah, I've wanted to mess around with casting and things more, but it's down to time. And I mean, I'm quite frankly, I've only been crafting again really after a massive hiatus for about a month or so. Started up in late July. But, you know, time will tell. Chat with the bank tomorrow if I buy this house, when downstairs one of the rooms is going to become a very dedicated crafting room. We go have some fun times. It depends on what you're going for, ResDoc. If you're Honestly, if you wanted to minimize cost, let's say you had a blue bottle and you just wanted a blue glow anyway, then there you go. It's already done. Rather, you could spend $2 on a white light for an LED light source, and rather than $5-6 on a variable light source, it's already done for you. So just make a blue bottle or whatever. The only type I would kind of avoid would be a brown bottle, because even orange light isn't going to come through that very well. But you could probably have fun with green. You could have fun with a blue. I just like the clear one with that lights, or the light source I've got, because with a click of a button I can turn it to whatever color I want. It's just handy. Yeah, a dark green bottle may very well do that. It might just be entirely too dark for a witch bottle project. Well, Carl, it'll be more like you wish you were in my town. Because I don't haunt my own place currently. If I buy this place, then I'll haunt it. But we're going to find out about that tomorrow, because I'm going to call a couple of banks and say, hey, let's talk about what kind of rates. And I'll call my landlord, make my offer. It'll be yes or no, and then we'll go for it. Yeah, I kind of like this version of the skull too. The stuff coming out of the mouth. I like, quite frankly, simply having the jaw open. Even that little change is a nice dynamic shift from just the pure, hi, here's a skull. It's looking forward. But quite frankly, any skull with this modification is heads and tails over just a normal store-bought skull anyway. I still do need to seal them though, which I can't say I'm looking forward to, because I don't really enjoy sitting around and urethaning, but having seen what happens to those tubes that I was working on, once moisture hit them, all the cotton just started peeling right back, and that was that was a lesson in, oh, that's what's gonna happen. Oh dear. I don't want that to happen. That'll be distinctly unfun. And unfun is a bad Halloween. Want lots of fun. Let's bulk this one up a bit. I also just think that sticking witchwood on something is generally relaxing. Your hands get a little sticky and over moist, but oh no. Moisture and paper mache. Who would have thunk that? I thought I'd have dry hands forever while working with paper mache. There we go. Alright, now I just need a little bit of coverage in that space. I'm also really interested to see how the stain comes out on a plastic skull versus a styrofoam one. I already like the sturdiness of the plastic skull a little bit better. I'm just going to remember next time to share myself over to Haunter's Hangout before I pop into the kitchen to start working. Oh, should be good there. That's good. Did that work on the jaw? Let's have a little overall glance at it. It's got to get down. Good. The only thing I'm thinking is if I put more into the mouth. Have a good one, Carla. I will take a look at that and see if it's something I can start screwing around with at length. Take care. I think we're going to go with good enough for now. Yeah. If I throw too much stuff in that mouth, the layers will be too thick to dry well. It'll be a mess. Alright, big question is, the hell am I going to put it on to dry? Alright, I've got that witch orb up there, which is done. Thanks, Elvish. I need to get that witch orb. I know what we'll do. I know what we'll do. Take this witch orb, we'll pull it down. We'll rest it there. We'll put this skull up in its spot to dry. Woohoo! Yep, this is just unrolled cotton balls. Totally dry. Totally dry. Then we'll take this witch orb and we'll add it to the hanger that this other witch orb is hanging from. So we'll be surrounded by orbs and bottles down here. Alright, we've got to find some storage space for this. Otherwise it's gonna be like, I have witch orbs everywhere. Ah. It does kind of look like that, Ross. And good evening, Sapphire. And thank you, Joy. Skulls are coming out tolerably well. I'm just having some fun with it. I'm wondering on this one if I want either jaw shut, jaw open, or just remove the jaw entirely and have this be a half skull kind of project. Now this one's going to be branching from this gem. It is so humid down here. I can't believe it. Am I pissed off or placid? Pissed off, placid, or just I don't have my lower half? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Virginia. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see how... Ooh, it popped right out. Fantastic. Nice. How does that... A little bit of plastic chuffity huffity. The only bit with the skull gone is that, unlike real skulls, not that I would really know this very well, is that this has a distinct bulge in the back here, where a real skull doesn't quite have that much material. And that's to obviously stop the jaw from going all the way back. So it doesn't... Me looking at it, it doesn't look right. Anybody on Halloween looking at it is going to go, oh, a spooky skull. I think we're just going to jaw open on this thing. I mean, I'd be screaming if I had a mysterious gem full of strange wood burrowing into my forehead. Wouldn't make me happy. Unfortunately, this means a little bit of time for the heat gun to heat up. Because I'm going to hot glue that jaw open. These skulls respond very well to the heat gun, thank God. They don't start to melt or cave in like other skulls have done in the past. Come here, headphones. Let's put you on so I can eventually hear the Alexa alarm. Alexa, stop. I'm not talking to you. Meantime, let's carve out this skull. This one is still going to need internal lighting. And that means the same concavity as the other one. Let's make a nice flappy in the back. And cut out its eyes, or lack thereof. We shall cut out its sockets. I'll work on the tubes a little bit tonight, too. This plastic is so beautifully soft. Do a vampire witchwood skull. Nothing's stopping ya. Do it up and enjoy it. Let's curve this. Cut in a little bit. Should make it easier to keep open and to get my porky hand through. There we go. Oh, nice. I can see right at that gem. Maybe let's do a gem illumination test. Let's see how much that slit actually transmits the light. Alexa, turn off craft light. Turn off craft light. That's not bad. Unfortunately, the whole skull is kind of transmitting the light. It's terrible that yellow kind of shows up the best. Through the blue gem, it kind of becomes a green. Not bad. Good. Alexa, turn on craft light. Turn on craft light. Man, the thing's supposed to have a super directional microphone. This one just isn't hearing so well. Maybe the microphones are clogged up with mache paste and flying frizzles. Alright, how's our heat? Still working. Let's cut out the eyes. I'll be darned if I do a skull that doesn't have lit eyes. I mean, what the hell is the point? In this day and age of Halloween technology, I should be able to light an eye. The eyes do seem offset though. The mold wasn't, either the original wasn't sculpted symmetrically or something drifted in the original mold. Not that it really matters. Opening day of school tomorrow. Yay! Gotta see if I can get my new laptop before the morning meetings start so I can actually get something done. People are BSing about our strategic plan, vision statement, mission statements. Even looks better with the eyes out. I think there's a better way of doing that than the ping pong ball. Probably make a Frankenstein skull without too much trouble. Christmas Tree Shop sells a skull that's pretty much twice as big as these. It's about $7 as opposed to $3. But again, it's twice as big. And you could throw neck bolts on there and whatever other bits you deem Frankenstein-y. There, that might be a little bit easier to swing. Let's see how it goes. Not easy, it's just the same techniques I've been screwing around with for a while. I need to get some actual super glue though. Those half ping pong balls I use are annoying as hell. Alexa, turn off craft light. Yeah, first time. Yeah, that is too diffuse. With the light in that position. Almost looks better with no light in there, or no obstructions. What if we really went El Cheapo on the polyfill here? There's almost no point in putting anything there. Maybe I will need to hit the inside of these skulls with some spray paint after all. Yeah. We'll decide when we get closer to Halloween. In no great rush. That actually looks really nice. No, I am not using paper. I'm using some sort of plastic. It's gonna be waterproof, so help me. Alexa, turn on craft light. Ready for some open jaw? We're ready for some open jaw. That spot and that spot. Hit it. Just have to cover that with some witch wood. Alexa, play Dance with the Dead. Yeah, baby. Sorry, Elvish. It's only supposed to work on mine. You know, in retrospect, I think I may adjust mine to start responding to some of the other voice words, just so I don't end up doing that to any viewers' devices, because it'll also respond to computer and echo. I may set it to echo. So I tell mine to order 200 whatevers. I don't want everybody's units all of a sudden ordering stuff. Not that I've ever ordered anything with mine before, but I don't want that to happen. It's just rude. It's rude. Okay. Jaws locked in place. Pardon. Nice try, Joey. Well, if I ever hit a point where I make so much stuff that I'm not using, you know, like if I make 30 witch bottles just because it's, you know, like the middle of February and I can't use 30 witch bottles, then maybe I'll throw some up on Etsy or something like that. But, you know, until that happens. Or we'll do a giveaway or something. A few more moments and then I'll be all set. And then we'll get to which wood in the face. Because I know just after Halloween we'll have a downturn. Everybody will get spooked out for a little while. Alright, good. That's cool. Let's get this a little more visible. I'd like it to be that way, Virginia. Believe me. I would like it to be that way. However, there are some certain limitations. Not even the most ardent Christmas fan can handle 24/7, 365 Christmas. is just playing roly-poly. You know, I went online to Sally's Beauty Supply. They had it there, so it was like $2.35 for 40 feet. It was dirt cheap. Absolutely dirt cheap. I got mine off of Amazon. It was about $4.40 for 40 feet. So, if you can get it from Sally's for the cheaper price, I would wholeheartedly go with them. Amazon's good, but Amazon is almost twice what Sally's was. Yeah, that's what. It's going to be problematic. Nice. I've always wanted to make a giant pumpkin monster. I just do not have the storage space. Sadly. Just beyond my power. At least for now. In time, who knows? We shall see. I'm a big fan of, I don't know if it's Jeff Mays or Jay Olson off the top of my head, but those guys on Facebook make some nice pumpkin monsters. And then Pumpkin Rod, of course, is the true master, but much as I do love Pumpkin Rot stuff, I think it's a little too dark for me to employ locally. With the climate of this town. Oh, I use paper clay all the time, usually for the pumpkins. I haven't really used Monster Mud, just because I'm used to the concept for Monster Mud being you take some fabric and then you coat the fabric in Monster Mud and that waterproofs it. and stiffens it. But yeah, paper clay constantly. Heck. Ugh. The old haunted lantern here has got a base and sides consisting mostly of paper clay. Actually, I'll be able to print out bits for that tomorrow. I'll shoot myself a reminder email. Let's see here, though. Yeah, paper clay is an amazing substance. Let's see, though. Tomorrow is stupid meetings. And then I gotta get the car into the shop. Check engine light came back on again. Grr. At least tomorrow afternoon I'll be able to get actual work done. And Wednesday I'll be getting actual work done. In copious quantities. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the check engine light. Not a fan of it at all. But I learned my lesson. Don't ignore the check engine light. Ignoring a check engine light is a recipe for disaster. Don't do it. That's bad. It's very, very bad. You'll end up stranded in a parking lot outside of a Tractor Supply store, clutching a bag of takeout Chinese food and broken dreams. I know, I was there. Thank God for AAA membership, though. It's been my Christmas present every year from my parents. AAA. Yeah, it's coming out. It's coming out. It's the great thing I love about Witchwood. With this method, you really can't you can't screw this up. It is nearly impossible to have it come out badly. The closest I've ever had it come out badly is on the top of this thing, where I went a little too hog wild with the filaments. But even this thing isn't that bad. It's certainly serviceable for Halloween night. If I'm on tomorrow, we're probably going to stain that other skull. Let's see, this one's going to have to cross over the top of this other one. And that's going to go further down. Oh, running out of cotton. It's not bad. It's not bad. What I live in fear of is that moment when I find something that works even better than this methodology. Then I'll look back at all the stuff I made and like, oh, it's all crap. It's crap. I now have a garage full of crap. No. Do an old ping pong container full of paste. This will probably need bulking. You're gonna be out of luck, Tammy. Cotton or polyester fill does not soak up the paste at all. Leaves you with a spongy kind of residue that I had some around somewhere. Suffice to say, the stuff would make okay moss, but it makes really, really crappy witchwood. Really crappy witchwood. Just doesn't soak in. If you don't like the feel of cotton balls, then get cotton coil instead. Yeah, it's a natural feeling, Virginia. After you do a project and then see the technique modified or done away that looks a little more appealing. Yeah. I've had that happen many a time. It's generally why before I make a tutorial, I always make a couple versions of my project and prototype it a bit first. Otherwise, you could be showing, hey everybody, here's how you make the crap one. Yeah. Just wondering if there's anything else that would work for you, Tammy. Because you need something that's fibrous, like this. And for the life of me, I just can't think of another sub... I mean, there's probably other ones, but, I mean, the cotton balls are so cheap and easy. They wouldn't be anywhere near as economical as the cotton balls. I've seen raw cotton before where it's literally like the puffs of the tops of the cotton plant. You can get those. Alright, these are distinctly lacking. Dog fur, maybe even dryer lint. If you go to a laundromat and ask to harvest their lint. The only thing I think you might have trouble with that is that I don't know if those fibers might be a little bit short. They wouldn't string together into these long strands quite so well. Yeah. Cost-wise, you won't beat cotton balls or cotton coil. Sup, Gift Boutique? Let's see here. Haven't seen Stacy tonight. Have a good one, Virginia. I'll probably cutting out too as soon as I finish this current batch of cotton. Not my choice, though. That's a comedy skit in and of itself. There's two people talking by their car. I tell you, man, this town is crazy. This town's fine. This town's crazy. It's fine. Chase the skull. It's a very roly-poly skull I've got here. Actually, let's take this one way up here and cross it over with that one. I'll take the hit. I'm just thinking of all those things that pop up on Facebook this time of year where you see somebody who's like, they show you a picture of the skeleton that they bought that's sitting in their passenger seat, and they're like, oh, I'm going to scare the cops with this one. And I'm always thinking to myself, I'm pretty sure that the cops really are not going to be very intimidated by that. It's already been pieced out. Part of the beauty of the witch orbs, actually, if you put the protuberances on them, I discovered I was mispronouncing that word the entire time I was doing that video. I was saying protuberances, and it's protuberances. If you put the protuberances on them, they probably won't roll that much. Although that would drive me nuts. Just the fact that it takes about 8 hours to put an orb together, knowing they were running around and bumping into things would just drive me crazy. Stop them from getting hurt! Those things take a while. Save the orbs. Women and witch orbs first. And this is probably going to be the standard crafting time for a while, incidentally, until about 10, 11 o'clock. Not much later than that, though. Especially once school gets fully going. First day with students is Thursday for me. Start time will be anywhere from 8 to 9, I'm willing to bet. I would hypothesize. Go until about 10:30, 11. And then halting. And of course, there'll be a recording of it on YouTube and probably Facebook now as well. But again, I gotta remember to share myself over to Hunter's Hangout before I come in the kitchen and get to work. So I was chatting to Diablo to make sure I had permission to stream on Hunter's Hangout. Ooh, pardon. Mr. Diablo Lopez. Oh, I teach. That's my job, Tammy. I'm a biology teacher. I haven't even figured that out, Gift. Haven't figured it out at all. This is entirely a I love witchwood. Let's cover everything in witchwood. I got a skull, cover it in witchwood. I got a cereal box, cover it in witchwood. My car is downstairs, cover it in way. I can't get my car into my craft room. Hold on. I would totally cover my car in witchwood. Well, actually, the next thing I'll probably do is work on the tubes some more. The prospect of not filling them with fluid actually really appeals to me. So we'll see if we can make some soul tubes. Let me come up with a better name for that. Soul catchers, soul containers, soul stealers. Stolen souls. Remembering back to when I played I think it was the PlayStation 2 Nightmare Before Christmas game. You played Jack Skellington running around doing stuff. He had this big green whip-looking thing, which he called a soul robber. Problem is, every time you hit the attack button with it, he said soul robber, but because the audio wasn't too hot, it always sounded like he was saying coal robber. It's like, why are we stealing all the children's coal before Christmas? They'll all freeze to death, Jack. You're a cruel bastard, you know that? This piece should be good. I probably will if I buy this place, honestly. If I have like a living room area or something like that, I will probably have a spooky witchwood tree that I'll do up on the walls. This is nowhere near twisty enough. Some better texture. I'm alright. Now, I'll confess, I'm a little lazy on some subjects. I think high school health is a terrible class. I don't like teaching it. You gotta try to find relevant things. Especially for, alternative ed students to do. If you do the traditional health class crap. Alright, everybody, we're going to exercise for 2 minutes. Or we're going to take our heart rates, so we're going to exercise for 2 minutes and take our heart rates again. Ooh, what happened? Our heart rates went up. Why do we think that happened? Oh, God. Frickin' high school health. Nah, I actually like high school. If I didn't have this class in this place, I would never be able to make crossbows. That would normally be like a tech teacher thing. But here, I get to do it with my Science 10 class. So do I. I hope my landlord is amenable to the price that I am going to quote him. He wants to be out of here before he has to deal with another upstate New York winter, which, I can't say as I blame him there. But I'm going to be offering less than he wants for this house. Because this place is not worth 80 grand. It's worth 70. That's what I want to offer, but it's not worth 80. Then I'll get the whole bottom floor of the basement, the entirety of the garage. It'll be nice. Hey, Sam. Furball, what's up? It's a laser, Sam. Oh. Yeah, I want a nice big craft room downstairs with a hardwood floor. I can do wood projects, I can do paper projects, I can do Halloween projects, I can do my stone carving. I can shut the doors so the cats don't get caught by the dust. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. Yep, he's wandering around the kitchen. I'm almost out of cotton here, so I figured I'd play with him with a laser for a few seconds. It's the laser, Sam. The laser. Sadly, he is not very adroit at following the laser with his eyes. Next time I take him into the vet, I may ask if anything's going on with his vision. I don't think there's a problem, but I have noticed that the laser has zipped by and he will just continue staring ahead like it has not passed. Good stuff, Crafty. I usually throw on a little Netflix myself and start unrolling. Part of me is worried that I added too much witchwood to this, and part of me is thinking that there's no such thing as too much witchwood. Yep, absolutely. Gotta get stuff done. 'Tis the bane of crafters that you sit on projects. And your craft turns into clutter. And then you become a hoarder. Yeah, I've got all that stuff back there. I'll do something with it someday. I just keep collecting materials. You're a hoarder now. You gotta turn in your crafting card and get a hoarder membership. You have crossed the dark bridge from one hobby to the mental disability of the other. I've only actually known of one gentleman personally who was a hoarder, and it's not a pretty story, unfortunately. Yep, gotta finish them projects. Get them done, get them put away, get them displayed, get them sold, get them wherever they're going. But don't let them sit around half done. At least in theory, we all know what happens. That's the ideal. We all know our projects sit around. I'm a bit of a hoarder, unfortunately. Regrettably. Oh well. So be it. It is what it is. But as we say, I'm never at a loss for my stuff. Always got more or less what I need, close at hand. Hopefully. But I am out of cotton, and it's 10:49 p.m., so I am going to halt my projecting for tonight so I can get a tolerable night's sleep and be fresh for boring meetings tomorrow. Alexa, stop. Alexa, cancel alarm. Thank you all for chatting with me again and keeping me occupied as we all craft away and get stuff done. I do, as ever, appreciate it. And we'll get some more stuff done tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have the Witch Orb tutorial out in a day or so. And all that good stuff. Otherwise, I bid you all a fond evening, and we'll catch you around. I really need to use the restroom, so I'm going to book it fast here. Kitties! Hi! Come on. Good boy. Hi. Give me a second, Fuzzbear. I will stop the streams. No, good boy. What a good fuzzy potato. Yes. Good cat. Come on. Let's go stop the streams. Yeah.